A little early for a fire.
It's a cold day.
Masquerada song.
Did you know her well?
Not really. I'd seen her maybe twice in all. And she and my brother, they were close.
There was nothing you could have done. You made a breakthrough today, learning about masquerades. That's quite an accomplishment.
It doesn't feel like it.
Everyone's talking about the golden canvas. It's Seho's sojourn today. It'll be bustling.
Festivities, just what I needed.
Cicero.
I know, this is pathetic, but allow me just a moment. The Melicate were my brother's dream, and now... It seems foolish that I'm mourning something that died years ago.
You mourn when your heart calls for it. There is never a foolish time.
Calden?
Yes?
Never mind. It's an unworthy thought.
I think by now we both know there is no such thing.
This investigation, this thing that we're wrapped up in, it's growing bigger than I ever imagined it'd be.
I don't think any of us imagined that we'd learn that masquerades had been Dementicate, that they'd been alive.
I don't know what else we'll find. How much bigger this might get. We have limits, all of us. I made a promise.
And you're trying to keep it. That's enough for me.
Have you spoken to the twins?
The carriage can't fit all of us, but they're willing to make 2 trips. Leventhus and his family have plans to go too. They are runic after all.
Then we should leave soon.
I'll tell the others.
Quite a thing, isn't it? I wonder what she'd once been like.
She?
My masquerade.
You're so sure it was a woman?
I like to think so.
I can only imagine how the city would react to this if they found out.
Do you think we might one day be able to communicate with them?
I don't even know if they're sentient anymore.
It's worth a try, though, isn't it?
Be my guest.
If you can hear me, give me a sign. She must be sleeping.
Amadea.
Cicero. Not now. Please.
We did all we could.
I know.
Ready for the sojourn, Damien?
It's so exciting. I heard they're selling the anthologies of Mayara Terrell.
Damien, we already have half of them.
But the collection has Mayara's notes.
All right, all right. Let's go get the stories we have. Maybe we can trade them in for a better price.
Your son is close to his culture.
Sometimes too close. Forgets that we're in Umber. The color of skin means so little here.
Homesick?
Terribly so.
What is it? Then...
We were supposed to sail tomorrow.
Sail?
Across the belt back to Rune.
What?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I watched you and Cyrus grow up maskless.
You don't want him to go through that.
Neither does Livia. It's why she buries him in her culture instead of the culture of the city. She doesn't want him to grow up feeling like he's worth less simply because he doesn't have a stupid mask.
It certainly kept the light in his eyes.
I can only hope it'll stay.
You should go. Tomorrow is still ahead of us. You can make it.
And let you take care of yourself. The last time I did that, you almost set my house on fire.
Then I'm serious.
Before you came back, there was little reason to stay. But now, maybe you can teach him a thing or two.
Me?
About life in the city. Ease him into its better half. Give him a mask, maybe.
A masquerade? Then, I don't think...
Forget I said anything. You have other things to worry about, I'm sure, and so do we.
Oh, Ven. Thinking of how to tell the Judge, Master?
It's not every day that I'm required to be the bearer of news as world-changing as this. Masquerines and Dementicate? It's almost too much to believe.
But you do?
How can I not, with everything that's happened?
I'd imagined you to be more, skeptical than that.
I suppose you would, wouldn't you?
Tiziana?
If you'll excuse me, Inspectore, I have a report to send.
Of course. What?
Ah, Inspectore. I was wondering who was going to pick that up.
Did you hang it here?
It? I don't even know what it is.
It's a bone whistle. I used to play with them when I was much younger, with an old friend of mine.
Can you still play? That sounded pretty good.
Yes, well, we have places to go.
Ah, yes, the golden canvas. Ready when you are, sir.
Ready to go, sir?
Who's on the first trip?
Yourself, Amadea, Vasco, and the Marshal. We'll come back later for the Mariner and the innkeeper's family.
Let's go then.
Exciting, isn't it, sister? I've never celebrated Seiho's sojourn before.
Just remember, almost everything there is more expensive than it needs to be. Keep your crescents for the things that you need.
Oh, I will. I've got a whole list of them I think I can find there.
Ugh.
Thank you for waiting, Cicero.
I just wanted to make sure you got here safe.
Don't worry. The Mariner took great care of us.
Hurry up, Ma. We haven't got all day.
Your son's right. The bazaars await.
All right, my boy. Let's go see what the peddlers are offering.
Are you going to be all right?
Calden, please. Go and enjoy the festival. Just keep an eye out for the grating while you're at it. I'll go check on the others, see if they've spotted anything.
All right, then. I've got a few things I think I might be able to find here as well.
Thinking to buy one?
Buy a flute. Nothing is worth as much as a flute crafted by the flautist's own hands. I'm here to see if I can pinch some inspiration.
Well, that one looks interesting.
Ah, that's a Cato flute, with 3 individual mouthpieces. Only Airbrands can bring out the beautiful harmonies they were meant to produce. Far too cumbersome for a traveler like me, though.
What's your type of flute, then?
That one, over there.
Simple.
It's a traditional runic flute called aniode. It was brought over with runic culture in the 4th canticle, even before the Terrals came. But of course, you don't want to hear about the 4th canticle, do you?
I don't?
Not when it pales in comparison to the 2nd, no?
Why would you say that?
Oh, it's just something I overheard once upon a time. That life in the 2nd canticle was... how should I put it? Worth dreaming of.
Where did you hear that?
You didn't have to lie to me, you know. About the artifacts being the key to creating masquerades. It would have made no difference to me.
Who have you told?
No one. Please.
Then what are you getting at?
I've been trying to tell you, ever since I saw you at the Bleeding Beetle. But I just wasn't sure how.
What is it?
It's... how do I put this? I'm...
the Bloodless.
Yes, I am, in fact, him. But that's...
If you heard the conversation I had with Amadea, you must have returned quite early in the night. Timings don't match up if you needed to report to the Bloodless first. Even less so if you were supposed to spread rumors. You have lackeys for that, don't you?
Yes, you've made good deductions, but...
I won't tell the others. As long as you promise to keep the details of the artifacts to yourself, too.
I suppose that'd be fair.
Is there anything else you wish to say?
Only that I haven't seen any sign of the grating yet.
Well, keep looking then. I'll go see what I can find. Bosco, I do appreciate the honesty.
So much for that.
Thinking of buying something?
This one.
Valenturia. Tales of the 2nd Canticle.
Lysandra used to sing it too. Must have picked it up from your brother.
Was she any good at it?
Terrible. But she was never sour about it.
You know, she did it for you.
I know. I know. What she did 5 years ago, I knew she did it to protect me. That didn't make it any easier to swallow. But now, what have I done?
It'll be all right.
Cicero, I'm so sorry. It's just... ever since leaving the Malacate, I've been scared to be a part of anything again.
It's all right. I understand. Now, chin up. We've got a grating to find, yeah?
Yes. Yes, we do. Thank you, Cicero.
I didn't know you liked carvings.
Cicero, I didn't see you there.
What have you got there?
Well, nothing.
Calden?
You have the most damnable timing.
What is it?
When I was a skipper, I used to go down to the shore and scour the beaches for these sun skulls, a type of coral.
That's a rather ominous name, isn't it? Sun skulls?
On the contrary, the midnight belt is black, but somehow these manage to retain their brilliant color. A ray of light in a sea of shadows. A source of hope in a mire of despair. I'd have carved one myself if I had the time, but since we're here...
Who's it for?
Each one of my kids has one. Jaxus did. My brother does. I get them for the people in my life that have given me hope. This one is for you.
Me?
For not turning me away, even though you easily could have.
Calden.
In this city, it is difficult to call one a friend and truly mean it. But I do. And I want you to know that.
Calden, I don't...
Please.
Thanks. Any sign of the grating?
Not yet. But I'll keep looking.
Bristlethorn for your armor?
Someone knows a thing about polishing, I see.
Of course. Who do you think keeps my buckles shining? So, what's Favio's opinion on what's been going on?
The Judge Master's keeping an eye out. He understands that it's too early to act until more concrete trails can be found. Or at least until we know what the artifacts can do.
And when you do, he will know about them?
Inspectore, know that your efforts at undermining my loyalty to the Luca are in vain.
I don't understand. You can clearly see what is at stake, but yet you think it's more important to keep your guild informed, even though you are fully aware that they might, in the future, jeopardize the investigation?
Do you know who my father was?
I don't know any Luca that carry the De Felici family name. No.
De Felici was my mother's family name. My father was Judge St. Rius.
I'd heard he was a great judge.
He was also a great father, who taught me everything that I know about the Luca. My earliest memory ever was of a Luca parade, staring at rows and rows of beautiful gold as he carried me in his arms. Oh, it had been a sight. A man as large as my father, tenderly holding a little girl at a Luca parade. He told me that he never heard the end of that tale from those around him, but he ensured daily that I knew he did not regret it. To him, displaying his love for me was worth more than his reputation as a strong, steeled man. But if you've heard of him before, then you'd know that his song is upon the singing tree.
It's been there for a decade.
I loved, and still love my father, Inspectore, and the Luca is his legacy. Have I helped you understand?
Yes.
Good. Now, if that is all, I believe we have an entrance to find.
Ah, here we go.
This is it then?
Let's find out. 2 of you will follow me. The other 2 will stay out here in case anything goes wrong. Watch for signs.
Ages. It's like there's a whole world under here.
Light. Over there.
What's wrong with them?
Stone salt.
Addicts?
It seems like it.
Contadani?
It's not uncommon for them to be seen with the dealers, but...
Something on your mind?
Nothing. We should keep looking around.
Did you find something?
The lady has told how the seed will save, and how the knife will take the life it gave. The shadows will come as they did before, but she will save us, so she swore.
The shadows will come. What do they mean?
And who is this lady that they keep mentioning?
I don't know.
Is there anything else?
Nothing legible. Judging by the quality of the handwriting and the choice of rhyme, I'd say that whoever wrote this hadn't done it with a proper mind.
Then these are just a bunch of addicted lunatics.
Addicted lunatics do not so easily infiltrate the registry and capture one of its regenti. It seems like there is nothing else here. We should keep moving.
Intruders!
Here we go.
I don't suppose they were expecting company.
Not the company of the colors, no.
What do you think this place is?
A salt emporium by the looks of it. It's probably one of the ways the Dactytes make a living.
And the Herald will be here.
That's what we're here to find out.
Intruders!
Ha! This'll be fun.
Salt breathers. Their leader was Izander before he'd been killed.
And now they're here.
And it seems this Herald's influence is more far-reaching than I'd imagined. We should keep going.
Hold your ground!
Alright, bro. Whoop. Ben oui. C'est pas très beau, regarde. On va gamer un peu aujourd'hui.
Are they...
Producing salt. All part of surviving.
Avec la petite en même temps, surveiller
Barbara
un
and
peu.
Artigiani don't run in the mask
Pour
runner
les projets?
circles.
So, they find other ways to get crescents.
Let's keep going.
it. Je suis pas sur un petit masque de plus. Sanctuaire d'Actite. Ça a l'air d'être la secte noire que je suis supposé péter. Oh, non.
Who's that?
The Herald.
Ah, c'est lui, putain.
Our second in command is alive. You said the lady promised that the Melakarte would not live. Any of them.
The lady promised that you would have her men.
They spoke with Cicero Gavar. They know where we are. He could be on his way here right now. Tell me that that is what the lady wants.
Do not question the lady. You cannot see what the lady can, and you will never understand what she does. But she is more worthy of your trust than any other entity. Tell me that you cannot see that she has brought you higher than you've ever dreamed. You live as you've never lived before. Food, clothes, shelter. Tell me that you believe you would have those if you had not trusted the lady.
Many more of us would be alive if we hadn't.
Blasphemy! If you had not been under the lady's guarding wings, you would have been crushed by the portiere. It is because of her that you survive, that you can hide, that you can prepare yourselves for the coming dangers. Tell me that you would have known about the powers that made Masquerades, or that you would have known
les projets pour la journée,
or that you would ever have possibly stumbled upon this.
C'est quoi ton robot encore? Je m'en fous de ton robot de merde, je vais le péter ton autre robot.
This is but one of hundreds that she has promised us. Now witness its power, and know that the lady is true.
Ah, ça se peut que ce soit le son du jeu qui soit fort. Non, pourtant, je les ai baissés.
Let's keep moving before our horses fall asleep. Let's keep moving before our horses fall asleep. Let's keep moving before our horses fall asleep, yes?
Those, do not let them leave.
Oh no.
Justice will blind you!
Hey, ils s'en vont, bande de...
Cicero! The Herald!
Go! Real value time!
Bon, je suis obligé de les laisser se battre tout seuls. Moi, je me pousse à aller chercher l'autre. Bon, moi aussi, ça ressemble à ça. Je voulais aller faire de quoi avec Marc, puis les gars dehors, mais la journée de pluie, mes plans sont tombés à l'eau un peu.
Damn it, come on! Where are you?
Cicero!
We heard people screaming, and...
Oh, great.
Watch your flanks!
Encore en train de tuer, le petit maudit. Il est caché en même temps, non?
Brace yourself!
Dansez-vous, bande de double à la con. Hein? Oh, moi aussi. Tu joues à quoi ces temps-ci, Wolfie? Tu joues à quoi ces temps-ci? Red Dead? J'ai vu que tu t'étais remis pas mal dessus.
Cicero, they need help.
Lucia!
Ok, moi je l'aide pas. Moi je les aide pas, mais je continue à poursuivre l'autre départ.
Lucia!
L'étoile dorée, ruelle. Tu contre moi?
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Cicero. Take him.
What? Juste une petite boule de feu, puis c'est bon, je suis à terre, moi. Pute. Pute. Je suis sûr que j'étais capable d'en manger plus que ça.
Think that we should be moving elsewhere.
This place is good enough.
But they know.
This
Elle?
is good enough.
Non.
Yes, Harold.
Now leave. He's waking up. How are you feeling? You've been out for hours.
What happened?
I do apologize. I hadn't expected my men to be so rough.
Your men? The Herald?
I also apologize that you had to find out this way.
No. No.
I'm afraid it is true.
Tell me you're here to get me out.
Cicero.
Non.
You traitor!
Ouais, c'est une salope de merde.
Songless bitch!
C'est une salope.
Get a hold of yourself.
Ophina. Corvus. It was you.
That was necessary.
And Razitov. You have him. Answer me!
It was
Puis c'est pas pire qu'est-ce qu'il y avait ces nouvelles saisons.
Damn it, Lucia! Why? Answer me!
She has a plan.
What are you talking about?
How do you think the Dactytes have stayed one step ahead of you all this while? You think we were lucky?
The lady.
Who is she?
A visionary. Someone with plans for the city.
Someone who has turned you against us all. You've killed 2 Inspectores and the Regenti, Lucia. And for what?
It had to be done. Sometimes drastic measures must be taken for the greater good.
Is that what your
C'est elle
lady
qui m'a
has
envoyé en
told
plus
you?
la pute.
She is right.
Words
En fait,
of a
c'est elle qui m'a conseillé.
revolutionary. And like every revolutionary that has passed, she and all those that follow her will end up dead.
She is Fae!
What?
She is of the ancient world, and she knows far more than you or I could ever hope to.
You're a mad woman. You're following a Fae. A mindless, senseless...
You have in your mind the peasantry of their kingdom. But the lady is nobility. She's more than just a beast. And she has
Nouvelle
plans to what?
Plus de niveaux, plus de des nouvelles maps, des nouveaux boss, des nouvelles
I have
armes.
one of the artifacts. Yes. You are beginning to understand how big, how vast this undertide of secrets is.
Get out of my head.
There are worlds worth of histories that are returning, and you have simply scratched the surface. What you learnt at the pin drop is a morsel of what exists. A fraction of the knowledge held by the forces that you plan to fight against.
How did you know about the pin drop?
Yes! Think. How is it that I knew? What powers are at my disposal that I can glean such knowledge? You understand what you've pitted yourself against? Not just yourself, but those who travel with you.
You leave them out of this.
Spoken to a mirror. They have yet to cross the threshold. They don't need to. And if you reconsider your position, neither will you.
What?
You are here for a reason, Cicero. The lady has plans for you, if you will accept them.
You think I'm insane?
Is it
Elle veut que je change
insanity
de
for the
camp, la
gull
pute.
to veer from the storm front? They are
Elle veut que
here.
je change de camp, la pute.
You are a wise man, Cicero, and are modest enough to admit the limits of your perception. Let that awareness guide your decision. We will meet again soon, Cicero. And
Ah ouais,
by
je vais te
then,
planter mon épée dans le corps, ma grande.
I expect you to have thought long and hard about where you stand.
Sachant que c'est toi qui m'as recommandé hein, pour ça, c'était juste parce que tu voulais me faire venir ici.
He's here.
Pute. Toi aussi, tu fais partie de ça? Non, ok, lui, il vient me libérer. Une chance, calvaire. T'es comme toutes mes chums sont rendus de la merde.
Fine.
Ah, cool. Bon, au moins, il y en a un pour moi.
Cicero! Thank the tides you're... What's wrong?
Son frère, il est mort. Ben oui, son frère, il est mort, elle l'a tué. La pute. La pute. Ah, moi, je me suis acheté quelques petits jeux indépendants, là, comme ça, là. Je me change je change le mal de place de temps en temps.
Sense. Why did she hide you in the golden canvas? She must have known that we'd search there again. Unless she wanted you to be found. Wanted to send the message to us that she had the capacity to capture you.
Un boss avec 4 personnes.
And was willing to let you go to prove that she was confident she could do it again. That has to be it. And Razatov. Damn it. And she said nothing to you. Nothing at all.
I've already told you what happened.
Tell it again. Maybe you missed something.
We were in the golden canvas, and we found out where the Dactytes were hiding. We had a skirmish that brought us out of the streets, and I thought I caught a glimpse of her face, so I followed her. The next thing I know...
Un boss avec 4 personnes, des sortes de capitaines. Je dois traquer les 4 pour avoir des infos sur le boss. Ah, ok, ouais, une espèce de chasse à l'homme. Ah, ok. Fait que là, t'es comme t'es rendu à quel track? J'imagine qu'il y en a 5, les quatre petits copains, puis le gros boss final. J'imagine que ça doit se faire en 5 semaines. Désolé, je vais aller me moucher. J'ai le nez plein, je sais pas pourquoi. Bizarrement, one shot, le naso s'est rempli. Ah, des petits amis fluorescents. Ouah. Désolé pour ça. Ah merde, j'ai oublié mon... Ah putain. Tu vois, une track qui se débloque chaque semaine, ouais, c'est bon, j'ai eu. Et tu montes ton niveau de saison en même temps. Tu débloques du lot, des armures, oh, ce genre de pépelle là. C'est la 3e track. Il y en a 4 ou il va en avoir 5? Quand même.
I'm waking up to the sounds of explosions and I see Lucia arguing with a Dactyte.
Ah, c'est pas
The
pire.
Dactyte wanted me dead.
Pas pire comme idée, au moins c'est une belle maintenance du jeu. Surtout qu'il est bon en plus.
So you never spoke to her?
How many times must we go over this before you believe me?
What of Razatov's work, then? Where to find these artifacts? How to use them?
Nothing.
Come here.
Ah, s'il y a bien une chose par exemple que je trouve un peu infecte de ce jeu-là, il est quand même beau. C'est un jeu indé, donc je juge pas trop. C'est la lenteur.
But I said bring him back. Unfortunately, I didn't specify that he had to be alive. You did your job. This is your payment.
A dismissal?
Simply an ending of your contract with the registry. And now from here on, you no longer act under the purview of the registry, and thus we cannot protect you from the ramifications or account for the responsibility of your actions.
Of course.
Il y a 4 tracks, puis le boss va être débloqué la semaine prochaine, dans le fond.
Then I'll see you around.
Mon personnage, il voudra sûrement pas. Ça va, Chilo? Tac. C'est mon chat qui fait ça. Ah, mais c'est une couple de petits jeux, j'ai hâte de tester. Celle-là, je trouve que l'histoire est cool. Le gameplay tactique est intéressant. C'est pas quelque chose qu'on voit souvent.
Knowing the dark trajectory of this investigation,
Il est pas laid.
it would be wise to divorce the registry from it.
Just seems a little bit
Ouais,
cold
non, c'est
leaving
sûr,
out in the
c'est
dirt
sûr.
like
Calvaire.
that.
I think it's
Ça apporte juste
excellent.
du plus en plus.
Now it all depends on how the marshal's going to spin it, eh?
Ça apporte
I
juste
will
un
tell
peu de plus.
Fabio that you've been dismissed from the case. He will likely still request that I watch you, seeing how close we are to learning what the artifacts actually did. But at least you will no longer associate this with the registry.
Ah, how wonderful it is to have such an honest spy among us now.
Better an honest spy than a deceitful friend. Now, I take my leave. The Judge Master should hear this from me in person.
I wonder what'll happen when she finds out that we've been keeping things from her.
You know about the artifacts. Cicero, how does... Cicero? Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just...
Help!
Who's that?
Someone in trouble. What
I
are they
just
doing
changed
here?
a little bit. I'll continue Dead Cells, sure. But I have buy this game and I need to try it.
In the corridor, sir, please. The Valencio needs help. Tristan!
En haut, ça? Ouais, mais j'irai pas tout de suite en haut, mon gars. I'm gonna continue to play Dead Cells. It's only cause I changed a little bit. J'avais fait le... Ah, t'as-tu l'affaire que tu m'avais parlé des étages, là? Plus tu montes d'étages, plus c'est rough, puis t'étais rendu pas mal à la fin, mais... Ah, mais ça, tu m'en avais parlé de ça. Toujours pas capable, même si t'as monté tes niveaux, de faire ça. And I'm gonna return on Dead Cell, let's be sure.
Tristan! There is something beyond this wall, and it is not going to hold much longer. Tristan!
Do not let them pass.
Go, my friends, go!
That's it. Bien joué, les copinots.
What happened?
Ah, mais ça, tu m'en avais parlé de ça.
A few of my men and I were walking through the hallways when they attacked.
Ah, ils peuvent pas toutes les mettre faciles, hein. C'est sûr qu'à mener certaines bebelles, faut que tu aies un certain niveau, un certain stock, un certain staff pour même sûrement une certaine équipe même pour y arriver. Je sais pas si ça se fait juste solo ou bien c'est genre tu peux le faire à plusieurs.
This mist again.
Let's make them regret this.
J'ai même pas eu le temps. Pas de masque, pas rien de caché, non, c'est bon.
Lucia's office.
No surprise the mists are thickest here.
Il y a 600 étages. Ouais, c'est ça que tu m'avais dit, ouais. Plus tu montes, plus les levels augmentent. Ah, il y a un cadavre ici. Ah, c'est celui-là que t'es pas capable de passer. J'imagine que tu dois pouvoir le faire à plusieurs, par exemple. Ça doit pouvoir aider. Hein. Même si... ça doit pas être si facile. Ah ouais, c'est lui, le gros crotté, je me rappelle de lui. Ça me dérange même pas que tu sois pieuté dans les jambes. Ah, c'est de la torture. Ils l'ont pleuté dans les jambes.
The chair has been bolted to the ground. We must remove the stakes.
Il pourra pas marcher, c'est certain. En plus, il est tout gros.
No, Cicero, no.
Ah ouais, c'est sûr. Tu le fais solo. Oh yeah! Il a fait du sang en plus. Nice.
Not against spear point.
Ouais, mon gros colique. Vous faites apparaître de masque ni rien, gros sale.
Thank you.
C'est ton but. Ton but, c'est vraiment de le finir en solo. Toi, tu veux le faire en solo. Ça doit être un tabarnak de défi en solo. C'est sûr, si les bonhommes ils te one-shot.
We will meet again soon, Cicero.
Faut que tu le fasses perfect, mon gars, caché. Et t'as été tactique. Drop tout le temps tes tourelles, tes bebelles. Ça doit vraiment pas être facile. Puis ils doivent les péter quand même assez facilement. Ils sont légendaires, les bonhommes.
Someone's sick. What was all this about?
Summoning Fae with his blood.
How?
She had agents within these walls. Must have done this before she pulled them out.
But why? What did she hope to achieve?
Keep searching.
Un beau défi. Un beau défi. Ce sera compliqué, mais c'est un beau défi.
A sunken star.
De la coke? Oh, c'est bien de la coke.
Did you say something?
No, nothing. Did you find anything?
Nothing but moldy old cases.
Same.
Well, I don't think there's anything left for us here. We should go.
To the Hall of Songs?
Calden.
Mon voisin vient de déménager. Je viens de voir que mes nouveaux voisins sont en train d'aménager.
Cicero,
Ils ont 3 kids.
did something happen in the prison?
What?
Je sens que je vais
You
entendre
seem,
gueuler.
I don't know, a little off.
I just need some rest. It's getting late.
Tous les objets upgrade au max. Ah ouais, ok. Ah ouais, t'es dans la merde, t'es obligé de bouger toi avec, hein? Tu peux pas comme faire, je vais me dispatcher un spot puis essayer de les avoir à l'usure. Tu vas être obligé de bouger tout le long. Ils vont t'envoyer de la marde, mon gars. Ça doit pas être facile.
By the blood. What is this?
You were right, Cicero. Your theory that the Fae were made of the mist was correct, but I've spent the past few days distilling it. Look at how bestial it is. There is no sense of order about it whatsoever. Now, look at this.
It's inquisitive.
And I spilt no blood.
How?
You were right about the mists. They are the building blocks of the Fae. Places with a higher density of the mist have more fae, but what you mistook was the trigger.
Not blood, clearly.
It's... oh, how do I put this? Emotion is a close approximate. I don't think our language has an equivalent. It's, a state of mind. It's an experience. It's a...
Scythe?
Yes, exactly.
What's that?
Scythe. It was something the Dementicate were trained to manipulate as they matured, though we've never learnt what for. It roughly translates to different mediums of thought, of being. It's difficult to explain. You're saying that various Scythe create various fae.
Puis Red Dead, c'est parce qu'il y a des nouvelles upgrades dessus que t'es retourné dessus ou c'est juste parce que tu voulais faire les missions secondaires t'avais pas fait puis de quoi de même? J'ai vu des bébés, mais je sais pas si c'était des DLC ou...
And different states, feelings, thoughts, create different fae?
If there is enough mist in the vicinity, yes. I haven't boiled it down to a science yet, but it's definitely on the way there.
Well, this is more than enough. Thank you, Kyrie.
Of course. Rest well, Cicero.
Elle s'est vraiment coupé la main juste pour me dire que, ah, tu je me suis coupé pour faire verser une goutte de sang, mais ils sont apparus pareil, fait que c'est pas le sang. Ah, t'étais pas obligé de te couper la main, bon. Si tu savais que c'était pas ça. Quand? Ah non, c'est ça. Je me disais, t'es capable de te mettre à cover, de chercher de quoi. Ah non, mais s'ils ont tous les objets au max, eux autres avec, oublie ça, là. Tu te fais rusher, c'est sûr et certain. Si eux autres ils te pognent, ils te knock, oublie ça, mon gars, là. C'est un petit peu méchant. Ah, ça pourrait être leur genre d'avoir caché quelque chose de bord. Non, ok. Je voulais juste jouer les cowboys. C'est correct, ça. C'est fait pour ça les jeux vidéo, hein, sortir de notre monde réel, s'évader.
And that, brother, is the history of the Terrald family, from the start to their gory demise. Brother?
Il dort.
Are you asleep?
Ben oui.
Hey!
Seventh canticle, coins and kin.
Oh, brother.
Don't be too harsh on him, Elena. It's been a tiring few days.
I know.
I should be back soon.
D'avoir raconté son histoire.
We'll be here.
Moi, je sais que j'ai eu gros des masques dans la dernière. J'aimerais bien ça voir c'est quoi les masques que j'ai pognés. Ils sont pas déverrouillés encore. Ils ne les ont pas déverrouillés encore, bande de connards. De Division, c'en est un que... C'en est un que j'aille pas jouer pour vrai. Non, ils n'ont rien caché ici. Ah, c'est ça. Moi, j'ai moins été dans cette époque-là western. Mon père aimait beaucoup les films western, mais moi, j'ai jamais aimé ça, mon gars. J'étais pas... J'accrochais pas dans le western. J'ai toujours été plus science-fiction. Je pense qu'on a tous des petits goûts différents. J'aime quand ça pète le réalisme. Quand tu casses les normes puis que c'est pas réel. J'aime ça m'évader. J'ai beaucoup aimé les bébelles mythologiques. Toujours trippé là-dessus. Mais Far West, un petit peu moins. Ben, j'avoue que Red Dead, si tu veux ça. Là, pareil, avec ce que j'ai vu qui allait sortir comme jeu vidéo cette année, mon gars, t'es mieux d'aimer l'espace. T'es mieux d'aimer l'espace puis le style je m'en allais dire Dead Cell. Dead Space. Parce que Calvaire, c'est... Autant, là, genre 2-3 ans, je me rappelle plus trop, à peu près ça, 3-4 ans. C'était la mode des dinosaures à la Horizon, des dinosaures robots, Ark, les dinosaures robots à la Horizon. Ils te mettaient des dinosaures partout, tabarnak, de colique. Là, c'est l'espace, puis le gore. L'horreur et l'espace, ça marche bien ensemble. Là. Elon Musk s'en va sur Mars, là. On va faire peur à tout le monde qui veut y aller. Ah man, il doit y en avoir 3 ou 4 jeux. Pour vrai, c'est des jeux différents, mais on dirait que c'est la même... C'est tout Dead Space, putain. Cette année, t'es mieux d'aimer l'espace si tu veux trouver des jeux à ton goût, parce que tabarnak.
Were you in the middle of a composition?
I was, in fact, for the 8th canticle.
So soon? The canticle hasn't even been declared over.
I know, but
Je pense que j'ai pas fini Dying Light puis Elden Ring parce que je sens que l'année va être longue pour moi en jeu vidéo.
I'd like to at least be prepared.
J'ai Nioh 2, je suis correct, j'en ai 3 pas pire.
Years worth of events is not something that one does in an evening. But there is something on your mind, isn't there? I can hear the ripples of unease in your words.
It's just... How do you do it, Mirabaz?
Well, first, you have to look at all the major events that take...
I mean carrying such a responsibility. A whole society rides upon this hall. Your hall. How do you handle something like that?
When I lost my eyes, some 28 years ago...
Yee.
Do you know what I missed the most during the years after?
The faces of the dozens of handsome men that threw themselves at your feet?
Oh no, Cicero. There were only 7 that did that. No. I missed seeing smiles. Of all the years that I've been a songstress, those were the hardest.
Ouais, pas pire.
But you
Je sais
pulled
pas si
through
ton
them.
style, j'aime beaucoup.
I drifted.
C'est ton style, toi, pour le fun, le petit espace, l'espace puis le gore. Le gore, c'est mon style, mais dans la même année, sortir 4 jeux, mon gars, que c'est la même affaire. Je pense pas que le gameplay soit vraiment différent d'un à l'autre. À part un third person, genre, puis un first person.
No. My answer found me, I'd say. It came from a small boy who had been ambushed by thugs outside this very hall and had been screaming for help.
Puis en plus de ça, ils l'ont pas présenté, mais je pense que dans la présentation, ils l'ont pas présenté parce que ça aurait fait... Parce que ça aurait été trop gros, là. Mais je pense qu'il y a un Dead Space 4 qui est supposé sortir en plus. Je pense qu'ils l'ont pas présenté parce que le monde aurait trop fait le... Même là, le monde sont pas cons, on a tout fait le lien. Hein. Mais putain... 4, même peut-être 5 jeux qui sortent dans le style de Dead Space, dont un Dead Space. Putain, ça va être juste des jeux qui vont se passer dans l'espace pour la prochaine année. Ça va, mon minou?
You rushed out, blind as you were, masquerade on your face, and you sang.
And sing I did, with all the strength in my bones.
The flames that roared that night. Ages. I still remember the look on their faces.
I scooped the little boy up and brought him into this hall. On our way in, he whispered a little something in my ear. Do you remember what he said?
Thank you. And you're very pretty.
So he did. So he did. And that was the first time that I realized that you don't need to see the smile. You can just as easily hear it.
Thank you, Mirabaz. It was nice to hear that story again.
Bien
But
dit.
that was not the answer that you were looking for, was it?
In all honesty, I don't even know what I'm looking for. But that's enough sullenness. I'm here for a mariner, Calden. I think he might have just had a song sung.
He did, in fact. Razatov Azrus. A tragedy. He was such a sweet man. He'd been visiting the hall quite frequently over the past few months.
Une autre affaire, il y a gros du blabla dans ce jeu-là.
Whatever for?
The Zoric culture across the sea believes that a person can sense when their time is up. They tend to try to tie up as many loose ends in the world as they can. He had me help him put a song into a chime, specifically for his brother, telling me to hand it to him in case this happened. It's like he knew.
And the mariner is somewhere on the tree?
Yes, at his Legacies branch.
Then that's where I'll be. Thank you for the story again, Mirabas. Vint?
Sir,
How's he holding up?
you should talk to him. I think he'd like that.
Ah, c'est là, je m'en vais. M'en vais là, je m'en vais là, je m'en vais là. On fait un peu moins frette, là. Un peu moins frette dans la maison. Faites changer l'air, mais quel verre, c'est... Ouh, fait pas chaud ici. Fait pas chaud, nous autres, il pleut. Yeah! C'est une belle coupe de l'arbre, ça. Tac, tiens. Beau petit chant.
He composed this himself. He came by and asked Mirabas to help him put it into this chime.
Oh, c'était joli.
Did he know?
Your brother was no fool.
Then why? Why chase a storm and rough seas?
Because he felt that he had to.
He never told anyone this, but he harbored a religion. A Sharmu, an Elysian religion. He liked to believe that there was an afterlife, a promised land that we'd go to after we passed.
I heard it in the last verse of the song.
I want so badly to believe that he's right.
Oh, c'est beau.
A ray of light in a sea of shadows. A source of hope in a mire of despair. I think he would have liked to be remembered that way.
If my brother felt that he needed to do this, to find these artifacts, then we must.
Ouais, mais t'inquiète pas, c'est pas mal ça qui était prévu depuis le début, mon gars. Demain, demain, tu t'en vas souper avec ta famille? Tu t'en vas souper, t'en vas dîner avec la famille? Ta fille va toujours bien?
And as I guessed, the Judge Master has no wishes to act.
Toujours en appart?
Well, he'll have to keep
Je pense
waiting.
qu'elle était seule, elle était plus avec sa
We
copine.
don't have any leads.
What about the golden canvas?
The portieri have searched it already. Nothing.
And my brother's work? Is there anything we can follow up on?
Ça va, mon loup?
Nothing that
Ça
hasn't
va, mon petit
already
bébé?
been checked out.
Ouais, papa y est
We
là.
still
Papa y est
don't
là,
know
mon loup.
why he was creating
Papa y
Fae,
est là,
but
mon loup.
unfortunately, I don't know if we'll ever find out now.
It's true. Razatov's death has staunched the flow of the investigation. All the answers in his mind, now lost.
But that can't be it. There has to be more to this.
Just a day ago, you had a gaze that could turn your victims to stone.
Well, some lessons can be learned in a day.
It's late. We should get some rest.
M'as pas dit, toi, qu'est-ce que tu pensais des jeux d'espace d'horreur, pour le fun?
Hopefully we'll have more ideas then.
Je sais pas si tu l'avais vu, la bébelle. J'ai juste vu ça passer, là, mais quand j'ai vu qu'il y avait comme 4-5 jeux de la même bébelle, j'étais comme putain. Come on. Son contrat à sa job ou contrat genre pour mettons un bail?
You're supposed to be resting.
I don't get it.
What?
Razatov was in search of the artifacts. Artifacts that turned the Dimenticate into Masquerades.
So?
They... How do they fit into all this? Why was Razatov creating them? What do they have to do with the artifacts?
Amadea.
We're missing something, Cicero, and if I could just...
Amadea! It's been a long day.
Mes voisins sont en train de s'installer. Mes nouveaux voisins sont en train de s'installer.
I can feel it. Teetering on the precipice of change.
Mon ancien voisin m'a manqué.
Dramatic?
It's just like 5 years ago when I thought Cyrus would... You're right. It's been a long day. I'll finish up here soon and go to bed.
Amadea.
I promise. Good night, Cicero.
Should you need me.
Thank you.
Good night, Mariner.
Raz?
She told me about her father. Said she knew how it felt to lose someone close.
Pas mal plus dans ces styles-là.
She might be a little rigid, but she isn't half as bad as
nice, nice,
putain. Actually. People have always said us Umbrians hide behind masks and facades. But perhaps not all masks are worn to hide dark secrets.
Go to bed, Calvin. It's late.
Rather bad shape.
He has been
ça c'est une bonne nouvelle, Calique.
Oh, Cicero.
Yes?
Cicero!
Par chez nous, ça marche pas par contrat. Les jobs qui marchent par contrat, c'est genre parce que tu signes pour admettons, je sais pas c'est quoi sa job, là, mais les seuls jobs que j'ai vus à contrat, c'est genre, mettons, un boss d'une petite PME qui fait du lavage agroalimentaire, ben, il va signer un contrat avec, mettons, une affaire qui lave du poulet, mettons, qui font du poulet, puis le contrat, il va leur filer à un de ses employés pour faire comme, ben, toi, tu vas te charger de faire ça, moi, je m'en vais rechercher d'autres contrats. Mais, je sais pas comment ça marche par chez vous. Ça marche avec des contrats. Ah ben.
Was telling me about what happened to the golden canvas. I'd been wondering what all the ruckus was about.
You and your family got out safely, though?
Barely. Livia and Damien have gone to bed. They're not used to such excitement. But enough about our escape. I heard you weren't so lucky.
No, I wasn't.
What happened in there, Cicero?
Nothing, Ven. I'm just tired.
Then you should be heading to bed now.
Ah, nice, wow. Félicitations, félicitations, bordel de merde. Wow. C'est tout un exploit, ça, pour vrai. C'est quand même tout un exploit, ça, mon chum. On va s'avouer, hein. Être 12 sur 100 et être sélectionné, et t'as bien fait ton affaire, mon chum. Bravo, champion. Puis là, un petit test jeu, j'ai pas peur pour toi. J'ai pas peur pour toi. Ça va super bien aller. Fait que là, t'es plus en compétition avec les autres, c'est juste si tu passes ton examen, vous êtes pris. Si vous passez pas l'examen, vous êtes pas pris. Genre, tu vas être pris. C'est quoi, je suis en train de me faire engueuler par des voix dans ma tête, là? On va aller faire un petit tour dehors, ça a bien l'air.
I'm sorry.
Quoi, je me pousse? Non. Non, je fais pas ça pour vrai. Ah, je suis sûr que tu vas l'avoir. J'ai même pas peur pour toi. J'ai même pas peur pour toi. Ouais. Ok. Ça c'est bon, c'est fait. On créerait bien que je me pousse puis que. Ah ouais, je vais carrément caliquer mon camp avec un cheval. Bon ben, ciao bye les boys, je vous ai tout trahi.
We're going out for a short ride, all right? Nothing to make a fuss over. Who's there?
Ah ben c'est lui là, Chiga. Il y a des voix dans sa tête, écoute, gars. C'est peut-être pas des voix d'abord, c'est peut-être de l'ombre. Le cheval, il a pas entendu ça, c'est dans ta tête, buddy.
I'm not crazy.
Je suis d'accord avec Wolfie, vous devrez peut-être consulter. Le bonhomme, il entend des voix dans sa tête.
All right. Where have you been hiding?
J'ai voulu laisser les autres derrière puis aller le faire moi-même. Pas sûr que ce soit une excellente idée. Je suis pas sûr que l'idée soit excellente, mais bon. Je suis plus un support qu'un tanky. Man.
Is it insanity for the girl to veer from the stormfront?
Aha! Disons que les choses en jeu là sont quand même pas très bien cachées. Sont quand même facilement visibles. Écurie.
May as well lay a carpet out while you're at it. Here we go. Oh, great. We've got this.
Ouais, ils vont super bien. Super bien. Ils profitent de la retraite en masse, hein. Ça se gâte, ça se gâte.
All right, not too bad. Now, all right, bad, but manageable. As long as... Oh, come on.
Oh, si, mon acte de colique. J'ai dit, je suis pas un tank. Come on les gars. Jackie et Simba, ben Jackie, je pense que je l'avais dit, là. Elle a failli me claquer d'un bras jeudi passé. Elle est épileptique, donc maintenant, à vie, j'ai commencé un médicament pour gérer ses crises. Faut que j'y donne aux 8 heures, 3 fois par jour. Fait que à toutes les 8 heures du matin, 4 heures du soir, puis minuit, faut que j'y donne. Fin de semaine, autant que la semaine. Ça pète un peu un momentum de sommeil, je te dirais. Puis Simba, ben de lui aussi, était pour des petits problèmes avec son oreille encore. Ah! Ben oui. Faut bien qu'il profite, calvaire. Ouais. Elle a fait une crise d'épilepsie, elle a failli me crever d'un bras, mon gars. J'ai pas trippé. Donc, gros médoc, 75 balles par mois, à vie, tant qu'elle peut survivre.
Are you following me? Ah, the quiet types, I see. Well, I look forward to some deep conversation then. Come on, let's go.
Fait que c'est ça. C'est pas. C'est médoc, la petite, là. Fait que j'ai manqué 2 jours de job, là. Parce que j'avais pas le médicament, puis je voulais pas la laisser toute seule. J'allais revenir, elle allait crever, mon gars. Si elle faisait une crise pendant que j'étais pas là, elle était morte.
Either of you happen to know a way across?
Ah, ils vont former un pont, les deux, ensemble.
Oh, aren't you the unpredictable one?
Ils n'ont même pas eu besoin de le faire, hein. Ils l'ont fait monter. Ouais, on va aller voir pas mal partout, là. Ah, c'est un labyrinthe à la con? Ben oui, c'est un labyrinthe à la con. Ah merde. Ouais, non, j'ai pas... Elle a pas eu de crise depuis que j'ai son médoc, là. Elle a pas refait de crise encore. Bien content, bien content. Avant d'aller voir, je vais aller voir sur le côté. Mais non, c'est ça. Fait que... Ok, là j'ai pas le bon. Mais ouais. c'est cela. Mais là, regarde. Ça va mieux. Si c'est juste ça que ça prend pour qu'elle aille mieux, mais... Je me ferai pas chier, je vais le faire pareil. Il reste encore 3-4 ans facile à vivre à la petite. S'arranger pour qu'elle les aille. J'y tiens un petit peu trop à ma chienne. Oh. C'était pas par là. Ah. On les aime, nos petits bébés. Hein. Ils m'ont ramené au début, bande de bitch. Ah ouais. Si ça arrivait à ton chat, je pense que tu te débattrais aussi pour elle. C'est bien sûr. C'est bien sûr. Fait que non, c'est les petites nouvelles. Là. Sinon, j'ai fini mon patio pas mal. Là. Il me reste juste un peu de terrassement à faire. Je veux faire de quoi en arrière aussi. J'en ai appris gros sur c'était quoi l'épilepsie. Je pensais pas que c'était. Je pensais pas que c'était autant. Je suis plein ceux qui souffrent de ça. Mon gars. Ah, c'est ça. On va t'espérer que ça continue de même, mon gars. On va t'espérer fortement que ça continue de même. J'avais passé un bon bout de sans vétérinaire, mais là je pouvais pas... J'avais pas le choix ben. C'était soit je le laissais partir ou ben veto. Là. Je sais pas c'est quoi que j'actionne depuis tantôt comme un calme, mais bon.
Ready yourselves!
Là. Hein? Et voilà, je mets par la fougère. Bon, on s'attache à ces petites bêtes-là, là, après avoir passé 5-10 ans avec. Bon, ça fait 11 ans que j'étais avec la petite. Là. Avec les deux petits, en fait. C'est sûr qu'à un moment donné, t'as un peu plus rough à laisser partir. Ah bon, au moins, bonne nouvelle, je suis sorti de ce putain de labyrinthe de marde. Et toi, l'englouti antichambre.
Lucia?
Just in time, Cicero.
What are you? Lucia!
Edouard. Trophée obtenu.
Peaches. She'd better have an explanation for this.
Trophée obtenu. Petit masque ici, on le laissera pas. Yes, sir. J'imagine qu'il va être pour mon personnage au moins, celle-là. Bon, un peu qu'on s'attache, ouais. Effectivement, tu dis, toi. On passe plus de temps avec eux autres qu'avec les propres membres de notre famille. À maintenant, c'est sûr que c'est comme des bébés. Hein. 1 kilo, tu le sais, papa, il te laisserait pas souffrir de même. Tu sais que papa, il te laisserait pas souffrir de même. Hein? Bino. Bon, on va prendre une petite pause. Merci mon bro d'être passé, hein? Très très apprécié. On se rejase, on te souhaite une excellente journée, un excellent temps avec ta famille demain. Merde pour ton examen jeudi, puis on se rejase. Je sais pas si je vais revenir jouer ou bien si s'il continue à pleuvoir comme de la merde, je vais sûrement revenir jouer à mener. So, à plus. On se rejase mon bro, prends soin de toi.